Tiernan 1-0 defeat against Linfield. What's your assessment of that
one? Probably mixed feelings, if truth be told. Huge disappointment obviously at losing the game, but at the same time I couldn't be more proud of the players. I thought that the 10 men were absolutely superb. Everything that you ask for them was heart, hunger, drive, desire, determination. I thought we got that in abundance tonight. So there's real pride in me for the performance as far as that end of it's concerned. And obviously frustrated that we lost the game. Frustrated in the manner in which we lost the game. Having seen the incident back, I thought at the time it was harsh. One of the boys was warming up at the time and thought that he was even maybe offside. As I say, I haven't seen it back yet, so I can't comment.
Yeah, you made reference to the 10 men. We had to play with 10 men for an hour, and obviously the penalty was the deciding factor. Disappointing to lose a game kind of in that manner and on a decision like that.
Yeah, everything that we'd worked on and our whole game plan kind of went out the window. Cahoon went off very early, so we had to make a change. Then obviously Kofi being sent off, we had to change our whole shape, and it was a difficult night, and it was a night that wasn't necessarily about getting on the ball and playing, and it was about rolling our sleeves up. And as I say, I couldn't be more proud of the players for that end of it.
1-0 down, obviously to the penalty after half an hour and down to 10 men. So it's a long way back from there, I suppose.
Yeah, but I couldn't fault their effort. I couldn't fault them trying. We got ourselves in a couple of decent positions. We got a couple of little set pieces, and it wasn't to be. But we got to try and take the positives out of tonight. We got to try and roll our sleeves up. We need to break this cycle, and I think tonight was obviously probably the game that you were looking to break that cycle. Things didn't go your way and made it all the more difficult, but we'll not be throwing any towels in. We'll be rolling our sleeves up, and we'll be determined to turn this around.
It's easier said than done, I suppose. Was it disappointing maybe to not test Chris Johns a little bit in the second half, or try to get into those areas a little bit more?
I thought, listen, as I say, I thought we worked really, really hard to try and get the balls into those areas. We were 10 men, and even at times how well we kept possession and how hard we worked off the ball. I thought, as I say, that the boys were superb.
You've talked there about breaking the cycle as part of that, kind of laying league positions, points, all that to one side, and just trying to get that next win on board and build a bit of momentum from there.
Yeah, it's more than just the win. It's performances, and wins need to come together. This is a team that's all about performances and good performances and how they play, and we need to start combining those again. We need to find consistency. We need to find a little bit of momentum, and I think once we start finding that, we'll be okay.
It's the last home game of 2021, and it's been a memorable year here. Obviously, we won a European playoff final here to get into Europe. We had 3 European games, 6 in total. So it's been a memorable year.
Yeah, but I'm looking forward to coming to an end. And the old saying, you're only as good as your last game, and I think that's where we are at the moment. It's a matter now of what's happened in the past has happened in the past. It's what happens tomorrow, and that's what we have to start concentrating on. We have to start, as I say, rolling our sleeves up. I can never fault those boys for how hard they work every single day. They're a really honest, hard-working bunch, and as I've said to them many times, they will reap the rewards. We gotta keep working hard, and we'll turn it around. As I say, I've no doubt about that.
One last game of 2021 comes in 10 days' time away to Carrick, and we know that'll be a difficult game, but a derby game, and no doubt a good Larne crowd to get behind the players.
Yeah, and even tonight the supporters were outstanding. The big thing that they probably respected most was the effort and the commitment that was put in. We obviously didn't get to do the things that we'd want to do. We obviously didn't get the things that our game plan had set us out to do. I felt right up until the sending off, our possession stats were up around about 62%, and we were doing the things that we wanted to do. We had a couple of decent chances, and Andy Scott and Davy Ronan, but we went against the black ball, and it was about rolling the sleeves up. And as I say, I thought the fans got behind us, and we were delighted with it.
Just before we go, maybe a bit of an injury update that we haven't been able to have for a while. Jeff Hughes has been out for the last few weeks and maybe a bit for another few weeks.
Yeah, I think you might get a game yourself on 27th, in the way the change room is down there. But it's still, as you say, 10 days away. The boys have a couple of days off now, and they'll regroup, try and get a little bit of rest back in the legs. It's been a long calendar year as far as football's concerned, with little or no break in Europe and straight into the league campaign, and they deserve a little bit of time with their families at Christmas, and we're back at it again then, as you say, on the 27th.
Kane Bulger obviously having to come off tonight. What's the situation, or what's the potential injury there?
Again, we're no further on. He's in a boot at the moment. He damaged his ankle. We're not sure whether it's ligaments or how bad it is yet. So we've Kane out and we've Jeff out, and obviously Kofi now gets 3 games with a straight red. So there's a lot of work to be done, a lot of juggling to be done. But as I say, they're an honest bunch of boys, and they'll not shy away from it.
Just finally, John Heron has been speaking to the press and media recently. He's still undergoing a few tests and different things, and obviously the club are supporting him and stand by him.
Yeah, John was in Scotland today he's done a test yesterday, on a CT scan yesterday I think, and another test in Scotland today, and we're hoping that he'll be with a specialist at some stage over the next couple of days, and please God everything goes well and we can get John back on the pitch.
Great, thank you.